Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. I'm so happy that you decided to pop in and join me. Tonight, you know how we do this. We start out on a Saturday, we roll all the way through the week, and we finish up on a Friday. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, your host and, of course, podcast coach. And we have a great show for you tonight. Whether you're here at 10:20 at night, 10:20 in the morning, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 12 noon, 12 midnight, thank you so much for making the choice to be part of Inspiration for Your Life and add these valuable nuggets to your life. I really do appreciate that. So again, without any further ado, I'm going to give you our topic. Before I do that, I want to tell you what I do. So I am a podcast coach and specialist in helping businesses tell a story that leads to them growing and being more scalable and profitable. I typically work with companies that bring in about 10 million or more, and they have a story that needs to be told. Maybe they don't know the story, maybe I need to find the story, or maybe they have a story, but it just hasn't been told yet. Actually just got my international media license, just renewed, just sent the payment in for today, which actually renews, I believe it's November 1st. So been part of the International Press Association for, I think it's now over almost 7 years. So really grateful to them for that wonderful experience. And so let's get into the master topic, all right? Here it is, everyone. Are you guys ready for this master topic? Here it is. Well, our show is about how to love yourself. Okay, but the granularity of the show is this. Unlock the power of your brand's voice and transform your life on IFYL, Inspiration for Your Life, Series 2, Show 41, and episode number 6, ladies and gentlemen. Number 6. All right. So first I want to say thank you to everyone because Inspirations for Your Life is really on the way up. I mean, when I look at our numbers, I am just so very grateful of where we came and where we're going. I mean, it's absolutely, when I say incredible, it's absolutely incredible. And I want to tell you that we have basically hit almost 25,000 downloads. So thank you so very much for that. Keep spreading that love. Really do appreciate it. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, you can actually, yes, you can show me some love by subscribing to my content. And by doing that, really appreciate it. And of course, sharing it with everyone that you know. All right. All right. So when we think about how to love ourselves, there's some things that, let's say, come up. The first thing that comes up is how to give yourself a much needed break. Maybe you guys are working so much, but you never give yourself a break. Whether that's a break like taking a walk, whether it's a meditation, whether it's a night out with the guys or the ladies, doesn't really matter. It's just take that break because, life is meant to be lived. Let me say that again. Life is meant to be lived. And if life is meant to be lived, then I feel that you should live it, right? How else can you give yourself a break? Maybe remembering to be kind to yourself, right? Maybe you're always doing the same routine every week. Well, why don't you just take 5 and unplug and maybe do something just for you, right? We've talked about that, but take that much needed break. We talked about doing a vacation. We talked about doing a special day out or doing some activity, doing something you love to do, okay? But take that much needed break because when you do this, it's like you're going to go on this full mental recharge, all right? We have some great guests coming up, just to let you know. I actually have a gentleman who I had the chance to doing a pre-interview with, and it's going to be an amazing show. His name is Zachary Layden, excuse me, and he's got a really fantastic story that he's going to share with us about how his life transformed all because of a horse. And I'm just going to give you a little tip. The master topic for next week, starting with Saturday, is all about animals and how they can help us become better versions of ourselves. All right. So, thinking about what I just told you, you can recognize the fact that you need to give yourself that much needed break, right? And it could be something very simple. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, okay? Uh, that's probably the only thing I can tell you is that you have to do it consistently. And you have to take this break not because you have to, but because you want to. And when you do this, you're going to find that your life is going to open up. Possibilities are going to, let's say, start coming before. And I think that's going to be a pretty amazing, amazing thing. Okay. I mean, that's going to be something that's so amazing that I think you are just going to be so incredibly happy that you have done. Because I know, ladies and gentlemen, you're wondering, why do you take a break? How do you take a break? And I think it comes down to the fact that you need to understand that you take a break because you're worth it. You have so much potential, but we have to love ourselves. That's really important. All right, let's get talking about the second point. The second point is understanding what can change your life and do it as you please. Maybe you're deciding that, you're missing the mark every time, but you're tired of missing the mark. So you're going to say, you know what? I'm not going to listen to everyone else. I'm going to do what I need to do right now. Right now. And that might seem a little challenging, but you can do it. You can do it. And it's something that you can literally get better at. And then you could celebrate that win, right? That victory that you had. But understanding that, you could change your life. Just making that understanding right now is going to be like amazing, because that's going to put you into a state of mind that is going to attract what you need to grow your life. Strategies. They don't have to be complicated. They don't have to be long, but they need to be consistent. They need to be meaningful. Okay? And these need to come from within. Of course, if you're using a coach, that's fine, but I know that a lot of you out there want to have a better life. Maybe it's financially, maybe it's in relationships, maybe it's in your own skills, maybe it's in giving back, right? I know that you want to do that. And I know that you love yourself. And part of loving ourselves is being okay with giving ourselves that break. I know so many people that kept pushing themselves because of their parents saying, oh, you never could take a break. You never could take a break. You need to take a break sometimes. I'm not telling you to take a siesta for a whole day, but I'm saying take a little break. And if you worked hard, well, maybe you need to take that day off, right? I think when we can start to realize that our body will take that break for us, but not in a good way. So why don't we just do what our body's asking and give it a break? If it wants a glass of water, if it wants a drink, give it the drink, okay? Let's not deprive our bodies from what they need so much. And so change can just be about the fact that you can love yourself more. Change can be about the fact that you're not going to let other people take advantage of you. Change can be about the fact that you are valuable, that you are worthy. Because when you value yourself, you know what happens? Other people value you. Now we talk about your brand's voice. So myself as a podcast host, keynote speaker, and podcast coach, I'm not talking about the brand of podcasting now. I'm talking about the brand of you. I'm just talking about you now, not my shows. And so if we can latch on to who you are and why you do what you do, and you can tell your story to the world, people will be like, you know what? I got to learn from this person. I got to learn from this guy, from this lady. I got to learn from them. You should be getting so excited with what's going on in your life. I mean it. If you can get so excited, life will change for you. Like, ah, all right. Hey there, Ken. It's great to be with you. Thank you so much, savoring the flavor of the awesomeness in you, sir, for sharing your thoughts of wisdom, kindness, and goodness with us tonight. It is always a privilege and pleasure to be here, Ken. I haven't seen you in a while. It's great to see you joining me tonight. It's always great to have people that have been with me for a while, and Ken's been following me for a very, very long time. So I am very grateful for all of my fans, all of my friends, and all the wonderful audience that I have every single day. I think that's just like amazing. And I love the fact when I get to inspire people, when I get to share what makes life so amazing. Okay? And ladies and gentlemen, we just hit it. We hit over 26,000 downloads. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're on a mission. We're on a mission to hit 30,000 very, very soon. And pretty soon, we'll be on a mission to hit 50,000. Pretty cool. Did you know that almost 98% of our downloads are coming from people in the United States of America? That's pretty good. So people value the content that I put out there because it's changing people's lives one day at a time. I know so many podcast hosts, and a lot of them have a gimmick. I just want to give you great quality, purposeful, meaningful content that if you choose to apply it, can reshape your life and the direction that it's going in. Many of us have GPSs, right? But those GPSs are out of calibration. Or the best way to think about this is 3D printing. So recently we got a 3D printer. I think it was like 6 months ago, and we started doing all kinds of 3D design and printing some stuff. And I have to tell you that before you start, and again, I was new to 3D printing, you can't just put, let's say, the program on the network and just push it out there. You have to calibrate the printer every single time. If you don't, before you start, you know what happens? It's going to have a mistake. And it's not going to be in the right alignment. So it only takes like maybe 10 seconds to align. And that's something that's really, really important. All right? So thinking about your brand, right? Thinking about what it means for you or what it means to be around. Ken, I'm very grateful for that. Very, very grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is always great. Okay, well, I'm glad to see that you are back, Ken. We definitely did miss you, and it's really good to have you back. But LinkedIn is getting more particular about not only the comments you make, but how often you can connect with people you don't know. So you got to be really understanding of that. I'll tell you that the amount of connection requests I get from people on LinkedIn that are just bogus, it's dropped quite a bit. And they're trying to filter out all these people, that come and say, hey, I saw you're in this. And the first thing I respond back, I'm like, hey, I'm so grateful you took the opportunity to actually read my profile. What was it that got you curious about wanting to talk with me? And they just fall off the earth. The other thing people are doing is they're hacking LinkedIn and they're exploiting the email by using these third-party tools, which shouldn't be allowed. And then they're grabbing sensitive billing email information and trying to send messages off. But the thing is, these people are really destroying their reputation. They're destroying their reputation. Okay? What does that mean? I think it means that you have to understand what's going on. And so when you understand what's going on, I have a lot of people, they send you information. And the thing is, it's not that I don't want to use them. It's that they don't even look to see what I do, and then they try to pitch something. They have no interest in making sure that the reason they're connecting with me is for a genuine purpose. No reason at all. Does that make sense? You have to know where you stand. You have to know where you stand. If you can understand that, I will tell you that your life will go in a direction. So like I was saying to you about the 3D printer, you have to make sure that the 3D printer is calibrated. If it's not, then you're just going to get a lot of garbage, right? But once it's calibrated, it can create some really beautiful things if you have put together a really good, 3D model. So the last point that I want to talk about tonight, I think, is a very important one, and that is building unshakable confidence. So let's start out by saying that you have to recognize what you're good at. We all excel in one area. And so it's taking that area and then polishing it up. Build positive relationships. Hang around with only people that exert positive energy. Be kind to yourself. What are we talking about today? Love yourself. Be assertive, but not aggressive. Say no. We've talked about this many times, not just on this show or this series. Give yourself a challenge. If everything is too easy for you, it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's too simple. If you make the choice to start unlocking the power or finding the key of your brand's voice, it will transform your life. It'll change other people's lives. They're going to get curious about you. I've said this before, none of my content gets banned, and there's a reason for it. I never sell anything in my content. I just give value. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and of course, your, podcast coach. If you're looking to start a podcast, or perhaps you have one already and you're just looking to improve it, be happy to coach you on those things. Or maybe you need help getting your podcast out or a team that can produce it for you. We can help you there. I want you to understand that when you create a podcast, it's got to be about something you're passionate about. If it's not, then you're just going to become very, very disappointed. Before I do sign off, I want to just let you know once more what I do. So I am a podcast coach and specialist in helping businesses tell a story that leads to them growing, being more scalable, and of course, profitable. I typically help companies that make $10 million or more. They have a story that needs to be told to the world, or they need me to find what that story is and share it with people so they'll become curious, ask questions, and then you'll learn about their problem, and they're going to potentially want to do business with you. Remember to like, love, and support the video. But for those of you that don't know, would you do me a favor and show me some love? Yeah. Subscribe to my content today. And you guys know how to do that. It is so easy. But in case you didn't know, really simple. All you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is just go over to this link I'm going to give you, the QR code. You can scan it with your phone, or if you're not watching but you're listening only, go to believemeachieve.com, and you'll be able to get some amazing content that is going to inspire, that is going to propel you forward to start becoming a better version of yourself. I hope you guys have a tremendous rest of this evening. Tomorrow we're going to wrap up the final show in the series of How to Love Yourself. Stay tuned because we have some amazing nuggets that you're not going to want to miss out. And if you're looking to become a guest on my show, definitely message me, reach out, and we'll give you a link so you can schedule a 15-minute pre-chat with me, and we'll see if it's a good fit. Remember, we're not a sales show, but I do want to let you know now that we have basically hit the crescendo of over 20,000. We have just opened this week to allow you to get your message on our show. At the beginning, in the middle, or at the end. So that is coming. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, that you're going to want to be part of this because my audience is growing. And the people that are becoming part of my audience are the ones I know you want to connect with. Smart, intelligent, game changers in their life. And they're looking for you to help them reach that next milestone. I hope you guys have a great night, everyone. And I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow. So be well, everyone.